Hey y'all, welcome to Building and Bonding. I'm gonna allow some of y'all to come on in here. Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening, beautiful people. It's your favorite real estate agent and investor, Cierra Thurman, and I'm here to help you build a legacy that moves you. Tonight is Building and Bonding with Mr. Byron Sellers of the Mobile Home Elite Investors. I'm really excited about this episode. I literally cannot wait for you all to hear the fabulous things that Byron and his beautiful wife have going on. So yeah, let's invite Byron to the show. I need y'all to come with all the questions. Waiting on Byron. Let me see. Try to invite him. There you go. So I sent out the invitation to Byron. Y'all know usually at the beginning it'd be a little, you know. But how you guys are doing on this Thursday? Are you all investors? Are you all from Chicago? Drop in the chat where you're from. What part of real estate are you in? Are you a real estate professional? Are you a new investor? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? And what are you looking to learn from Byron with mobile homes? Let me try to invite Byron again. I tell y'all, we really got to figure this out. We're going to figure it out. I haven't seen Byron join our chat just yet. Oh, there you go, Byron. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to try to invite you again. Let me know if you get the invitation. Okay, I think you sent me a request. We really going to figure this out. It has to be an easier way. Hey,
What's up?
Byron.
How you feeling?
What's going on?
Much. How you
I'm
doing?
doing great. How are you?
I'm blessed. Can't complain at
Yes,
all. How about you?
yes. I'm happy to have you on the show.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump right into it, all right?
Okay.
Tell the world a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself. Who is Mr. Byron Sellers?
What's up, everybody? So, man, my name is Byron Sellers. I specialize in all things mobile homes from Chicago, South Suburbs, born and raised. And like most people, man, you know, growing up in the Chicagoland area, come from a blue collar background. You know what I'm saying? My parents are hard workers. And, you know, for me, I didn't really see another route as far as entrepreneurship until I really got older, right? I was in corporate for 10 years, kind of bounced around jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And March 3rd, 2017, I was fired from my job. And that's when I decided, like, you know what? I've been doing a lot of homework. I've been doing a lot of research. I want to see what this entrepreneur life like. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to take time on get my own time back. And
Right.
tried a lot of things, failed at a lot of things, you know, learned a lot of lessons. And I happened to stumble across mobile home investing while I was trying to make money while I was driving Lyft. And, you know, I came across a podcast and it was right up my alley. I didn't have enough capital. I didn't have a good credit. And at the time, you know, my wife, which at the time was my girlfriend at the time, you know, she's like, hey, I think we should do this. And, you know, we tapped in, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it wasn't a lot of things like being from Chicagoland area, you know, most mobile home parks is way outside of Chicago, right? But, you know, for the first like 45 days, man, we hit the road. We was all over the place. And we got two mobile homes. We ended up getting two mobile homes for 4,300. We ended up flipping that to 19,500. We never turned back around.
Wow.
From
That's
20.
so wait, so how did you all get the first couple mobile homes? Like, so you went from you getting fired from your job, right? And I don't know, we all done been there. Like, okay, got to figure life out. And you say,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna try the entrepreneurship thing. I love that. And then the other piece, we can't skip over that. Your now wife, she was with it. She was with the plan, right? Your backbone.
Thanks.
I love that. So how did you all decide, like, okay, we about to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, you was just courageous from the beginning. You weren't fearful. You just jumped right into it.
Yeah, so I had already been trying a lot of stuff. I honestly, like I said before, I failed at a lot of things. Right, just jumping out, trying to get money, and she saw that I was ambitious. And when I would be with her, I would talk about the dreams. I would talk about like, hey man, this is what entrepreneur life can provide. And she was kind of listening, like, okay. And when I brought mobile home investing to her, it seemed realistic. It was something that was like, you know what, I think I can do this as well. And
Okay.
that she was on board, it was like, oh, it's go time. I got a partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's
I love that.
that way.
So speaking of your wife, you all just recently added a new addition to the family. Congratulations.
So much. Appreciate
So
that.
how is fatherhood? How's fatherhood treating you?
I mean, it's amazing. I would never trade this experience in. You learn a lot about yourself, being able to provide for this little person that truly relies on you, the love,
Mhm.
just knowing how, we are already, like this. So it's been an amazing experience. Sleep, you don't get that. You don't get sleep. You know what I'm saying? As a parent now, my senses is higher. Anytime, I hear her cry or I hear her up, I'm already just in daddy mode. So for these next 20 plus years of her life is to be there for her and, show her how she's supposed to be treated.
Absolutely. I love that. So with that being said, how are you balancing it, right? So the family, work, family, real estate, how are you balancing all of that?
Yeah. So it's really a schedule. The first 2 weeks I really, just took off, just strictly being at home with the wife, the
Mm-hmm.
big, like anybody, as a woman, like you need that, that 60 days to just recover, get your
Right.
body good postpartum. So just really
Mm-hmm.
important for her. While at the same time, just that balance comes from just scheduling, just
Okay.
making,
Okay.
I have now my schedule, when I come to work, it's go time, right? Because I got to get back to the family. So
Mm-hmm.
really just planning ahead, time management.
And your why, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So let's get back to the mobile homes. What necessarily drew you to this area? Did you see certain advantages in investing in mobile homes compared to other types of properties?
Yes. So for one, I didn't know nobody who was doing it, right? I got
Mhm.
dating, I know people was wholesaling. I knew people that were, what I'm saying, that were doing fix and flip, but I didn't have the capital. And so, when I started looking, I'm on Facebook Marketplace and I'm seeing mobile homes for 2,000, 5,000. I'm like,
What?
what? This is totally seeing homes at that price. You
Right.
know, when I started seeing that, I'm like, okay, this is way more affordable. And this is something that, again, if you don't have a lot of capital, you can get started. You can get started pretty quick doing it.
Okay. So let's walk through a couple of your first deals, right? What did that look like from your acquisition? Did you have to renovate the property? What was the first couple of mobile homes like? Just walk us through kind of like on that journey.
Yeah, for sure. So, we ended up finding on Facebook Marketplace. I tell people we reached out to over 200 mobile home parks before we got our first deal, right? So,
Wow.
homes, and we found a deal, and it was one home needed renovation, the other one was just move-in ready. And it was funny because he was like make me an offer, and my wife was like, man, tell him, give him 3,000 for it. And I was like, I feel like I was lowballing. I was like, how about 4,300? And he took it. She's like, I told you we should have said 3,000, right? Wife on that, but we bought two mobile homes for $4,300. And again, the first one, again, move-in ready, we put that immediately on the
And
market.
wait, that's crazy. So you bought two
Yes,
properties with 4,300, and
4,300.
one was already move-in ready?
One was already move-in ready because the thing about it, and I'll go into it after I talk about these deals, but the other one, we put another 3K into it. We had some friends of the family. Her dad did handiwork. He had
Okay.
and so that really helped us as far as renovating it. And that process, the renovation, only took us right around like three weeks to renovate, right? And
Wow.
brand. And so it was just marketing, right? We bought a lot of foot traffic in there. You get excited when you post on Facebook because you get a lot of people asking for it. But
Right.
we had showed, I would say for the first home, we showed about 10 people at home. We found our first buyer. We found a young couple whose grandma bought it for them. And then the other home, we showed it maybe about like 8 people. And we got our one buyer. Another was an older gentleman. He was living with his mom. And, he ended up getting his own home. And so
Wow.
we, in 45 days, and we like, yeah, this it. We like this.
I would have said this it too, because that's a quick turnaround.
Yes, yes.
Most properties properties can't even close that quick. So for you to go through the acquisition, the renovation, selling the property all in 45 days, that's like unheard of.
Facts, you
Wow.
know, and you know,
Okay, okay.
yeah, it was crazy.
So now you all have like scaled quickly and even have mobile home parks.
Yes.
So how was that transition?
Yeah, so that was you know, I said that was God because I remember going on EYL and I talked about how we wanted to buy mobile home parks that year. And my partner who was in it, he had already had several mobile home communities. He reached out to me and was just like, hey, you know, he wanted me to do business in one of his parks in Indiana.
Okay.
And it was just kind of I do work. And I was like, hey, listen, if you ever get a deal, man, let me know, man. I want to get in. I want to be able to watch from the, you know, kind of watch and be a student at the same time. And he had a deal, came across my inbox, and he had a 54 unit. He was raising right around like 250,000 for it, and we want to invest 50,000 into that park. And you know, I got a chance to see how the whole thing closed. You know, again, it's commercial, right? So 30 days of due diligence. We had our action plan going into the mobile home community. And the day we closed, you know, went straight to the action plan. You know, we were able to assist time to time, you know, as far as bringing our students in to flip houses.
Okay.
But selling in 13 months for we bought it for 1.1 million, and that park ended up selling for 2.7 million. So we had a wonderful cash out. That 50,000 ended up turning into 137 for us.
Wow.
Just reinvesting in other communities.
Wait, you can't just skip over that, Byron. Like, that is mind blowing. Like, okay, so you went from driving Lyft, went
Yes,
to owning a couple mobile homes to literally purchasing a mobile park and then making over $1 million.
crazy.
Like, what? That ain't what? That's crazy. Like, that is insane. It's really insane.
Thanks.
So you mentioned your partner. Was he more like a real estate mentor to you, or do you have any other real estate mentors who've helped you along the way?
Yeah, so Charlie, I would honestly say, you know, anytime I pick up the phone, ask him a question, I mean, just very knowledgeable, you know, numbers guy. And so, you know, he really helped me, you know, he really helped me kind of through the process to understand the process of, you know, mobile home parks and really see, you know, everything that I needed. And so, you know, for us, you know, man, every deal we did, you know, I'm able to really break down the numbers and truly understand. So, yeah, man, I would say you know, he was definitely a mentor for me. Excuse me. Thank you. Definitely a mentor for me, and you know, just amazing partner. And I love the way he did business, and it just how to approach. You know, anytime we doing mobile home park acquisition.
So running those numbers are key, and I'm so glad you said that. It's very important if you're gonna get into real estate that you need to learn how to analyze deals. Those numbers are so key. You got any other real estate mentors? And if so, is there any lessons that you can share, any tips you can share with our audience?
Yeah, so, you know, I learned a lot actually from our community that we created. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Being able to train people to do it, you know, you start seeing different strategies. And so, you know, as much as, you know, again, I'm a teacher to it, you know, I have to learn from the community. Unfortunately, I did have another guy. I had another guy who early on, you know, was actually kind of serving as a mentor, put me in a lot of game, but he ended up scamming me out of 25,000. So I can't.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? You know what? That's part of the lessons too, right? So you want to talk about that? Can you talk about it? You care to share? Because we have some losses, but it's really turned into lessons, right? And that situation won't never happen to you again, I'm sure.
No, for sure. But, you know, I again, very knowledgeable, you know, been in the business for some years. And, you know, I think that, you know, again, he had very, you know, high ambitions. And there was a particular deal he wanted me to get into, a mobile home on land deal, like, you know, and you know, he presented the deal like, hey, you know, we're gonna flip this in 6 months. You know, you give me your investment, I'm gonna bring you back. You know, my goal is to bring you back at least 40% on your money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool, right? And took a chance with him. I think what happened is the deal went sour and his communication went bad, right? Versus just being 100 and being like, hey, bro, you happened to the mobile home mover didn't do his job. That cost us that. I think he went into straight, I'm a fixing mode, and everything is going good. And so for me, you know, once 6 months passed, a year passed, a year and a half passed. Now I got to do my investigating, right?
Wow.
And somebody else was on a deal, and just kind of reached out to them, and they just kept it a buck with me, like, hey, the mover didn't do their job. I think the money you sent went straight to the mover. And we all had to walk away from the deal. And so for me, he'd been telling me, I'm gonna pay you back. I'd rather him be like, man, we lost.
Exactly.
Right?
Or to keep ducking and dodging and not communicating.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how you do business.
At all, right? And so that's, for me, it was just like, I learned from that, like, again, how to make sure you over communicate. Anytime you using somebody else's money, you should over communicate.
Absolutely.
And just making sure. So I definitely learned a lesson. Like I said, it was an expensive lesson, but moving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you handling millions, so I guess that 21 too bad for you. So let's get back into the educational piece. You said that you also are a teacher and you have a community. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, the brand Mobile Home Elite Investors, for us, that was something that when we were doing it, people always ask, like, well, how y'all not working? Like, what y'all doing? And we'd be like, mobile homes. They were like, mobile homes, trailers?
Yeah.
And it open, once we get to breaking down numbers, we explain it. Okay, teach me how.
Exactly.
And so we always get there. So it was like, how can we just put put all this knowledge we have and just put it into one? And, I've never been a teacher before. You know what I'm saying? I just made step-by-step guide, an outline, and, just made it and end up turning to a course, end up turning to different, coaching programs. But, people were able to follow the blueprint, and we've been, educating people all over the country. And it just caught wildfire.
Right.
Again, we got 15,000 plus people that went through our program. We have over 100 plus six-figure earners.
15,000? Like, you are so humble, Byron. You are so humble. You just throwing these numbers around like it ain't nothing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That truly is. So you have over 15,000 that's come through your program. And what were you saying about your earners?
Yeah.
Your success stories, right?
Yeah, we got over 100 plus, six-figure people. We got full-time, hundreds of people have been able to quit their job, and this is what they do.
Wow.
And I think what I love about it, we've been able to come into this industry and represent Black people strong,
Yes.
right? A lot
of
women is coming in and killing the game, and now we scale into mobile home parks, and we scale into bigger plays within mobile homes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just been phenomenal to kind of have that wave and seeing the next wave of educators come through. And just sparking that and just understanding that, just playing our position with, with the hand that God gave us.
Wow. And you still giving him all the credit, which is a great thing. All the credit.
Right.
Love that. So let's see if you have a new investor that wants to get started into mobile homes. What advice would you give them? What tips, or how should they get started? Is it coming into your program, or what couple of tips can we give them for getting started with investing in mobile homes?
Yeah.
What should they be doing, like, to prepare?
For sure. Well, the first thing I'll tell, if you're a new investor, find out what's in your area, right? Find out what mobile home communities are near you. So you can go on Google Maps and then just type in mobile home parks. You can start seeing all the little red pins. Just see, that way you can start seeing what's near you. Then from there, jump on Facebook Marketplace. You can see what's for sale. You can start calling those mobile home parks, just asking, do they have anything for sale?
Okay.
And getting out there, right? A lot of you all, if you want to get into mobile homes, you already been looking at real estate.
Right.
You want to really get out there. And then, from there, I think that, having, we do have a program to help you out. We got a YouTube channel to help you out. We have so much information out there to, for you to follow step by step. So you don't necessarily, bump your head because, again, anybody new, what happens is the biggest mistake I see people see, they buy something because it's so low. Like, oh man, I'm gonna get this mobile home. It's only $4,000, only $5,000, but they don't understand how much work it needs to go into it. They don't, it may need to be moved. It may be underlying things. So is renovations in your budget, right? If it's $4,000,
Right.
you have another anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 just to renovate it. And then mobile home park, they have something called lot rent, which you have to pay this monthly fee each month, right?
Okay. So it's kind of like HOA fees or something like that? Okay.
That's pretty much your holding cost. So, if you don't sell your home in 120 days, right, or longer, can you continue to pay that lot, while you have it? So those are some things to consider that we got you covered, with the information and education we provide.
Okay. So now at this point, you made a killing with investing in mobile homes. You'll have your new family, your wife and your new baby. So what are the financial goals that you've set for your family?
Yeah,
Or do you have some for yourself? I'm pretty sure with the baby coming, that sparked a whole new, why.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that as we continue to look for more mobile home park opportunities, for me, my goal has always been to have 3,000 units.
Okay.
So that's the goal that I'm continuing to push. Right now in our portfolio, we have over 272, but 3,000, we still got a long number to 3,000,
Wow.
and so that's one of the goals. That you understand that that cash flow, what that will bring in. When we talk about passive income, with those units, I always do the math. You talk about less than if I'm just getting $300 per unit, but that 3,000, that math is that's generations that my family would be good,
Wow.
right? And then from there, if like I said, for my wife, my daughter, again, just being able to teach her the game. If she wants to,
Mhm.
cool. If not, whatever she wants to do, being able to put her in a position that when she gets older, that we're able to support her financially,
Mhm.
provide resources like network for her to be able to get ahead pretty fast.
Absolutely. And for those who may be interested in jumping into it, what is the cash flow like on those? Obviously, it's going to probably vary, but can you give us a couple examples? You say you pretty much got almost 300 units. What would be the cash flow on a couple of your units, would you say?
Yeah, so the average, so for example, since we in a group, our average lot rent, which we talk to HOA, that's how we get paid, is right at $400 per unit.
Okay.
Um, and so when you got to think about after expenses, our goal is, for example, our Parks Now cash flow, we're bringing in right about 65% of the revenue net, saying the net of the overall profit. And then from there, we just kind of break it down. Unless we have any repairs and things like that, we just, we'll bust it down quarterly. But again, if you trying to get a mobile, for example, let's say start off. If you start brand new and you like, what, I got a few $1,000. What I'm saying, I found a mobile home. Matter of fact, I'm all in 10,000. You can start cash flowing anywhere from like $400 to $600, right, a month, and that's
Right.
you talking
And you
$1,000,
can
right?
quickly make up that investment, right? And now you're talking infinity. You ain't got no more money in the game and you continue to cash flow that. I got you.
Facts, right? And that's just one. And again, shout out my sister Nicole Briscoe, but she ended up trying a strategy where you can just rent out rooms, right? So now you're talking about
Oh, rent out rooms in the mobile homes.
rent out rooms in the mobile homes. So imagine you're in a college town, or if you know what I'm saying, you're a trucker, you buy truck stops,
Mm,
or transitional living. So now you're getting anywhere from four to $700 per room.
wow.
So now now at the expenses paid, you still cash flow anywhere from $1,200 plus on one mobile home, right?
Wow.
And so you have that, and then again, if you talk about parks, so let's say small parks, right? Let's say you got a 15-unit mobile home community, right? And you getting $400 per unit, right? Depending on what other amenities and things that you provide,
Mm-hmm.
right? You talking some significant cash flow if you as long as you get your expenses down, you're able to bring in 60 to 70% of your cash flow.
Okay.
Um, Bringing in, from something like that acquisition costs maybe three or 400,000, but you still maybe to bring in a $4,500 to $6,000 a month from that asset.
Wow. To me, it seems like it doesn't take that much money to get started. If you paying attention to what you're purchasing, the renovations won't be as much. And also the square footage isn't as big as a home. So the renovation budget is going to be much smaller and you cash flowing much quicker. And ultimately, it's like you're going to pay that thing off and just have excessive cash flow nonstop until you decide to sell. If you decide to sell, I don't know why you would sell though, if you cash flowing so much and you ain't got no skin in the game.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts.
Okay. So what inspires you? What motivates you?
Yeah. Man, that's a good question. I think honestly, because I think over time, it used to be helping people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love giving people game. That's always been me. My friends always come to me and just sharing. But I think now, as I'm getting older, I think it's impact, right? It's the impact that we have. Again, we first black couple to come on the internet talking about mobile homes.
Yes.
people to see how mobile homes is now an investment strategy in the community, and knowing that, you have someone to spark it, and to see, the people that you inspire to get in this game. Like, that impact is so it's continuing to be impact. I know it's still a lot. It's still a lot of people it has not reached. And at the end of the day, for me, that impact is going to help people get affordable housing, right, all over the world. So I think that's when it's all said and done. I don't necessarily need to see a number, but I know, when I'm old and gray, I can be like, man, I had a huge impact.
Yes, you did. Absolutely. I really appreciate you joining us. I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know you got a family. That baby might be crying in the background or something. I don't know. But you have a beautiful family. I absolutely love your story. And you are being very impactful, because prior to meeting you, I hadn't even thought about mobile home investment. Yeah. Not at all. And my family's from the South. Okay. My family's from Arkansas. My grandma and my papa used to stay in the house, and literally right across from them on that same land, my aunt was staying in a mobile home. And I never even thought about investing in mobile home. Her mobile home was hooked up. Yeah. A lot of these mobile homes are really nice on the inside. Facts. Yeah, but I just appreciate you for joining us. Do you have any closing remarks before we get off here? Yeah, no, if you're watching this, you're watching a replay, whenever you're ready, here's the thing I'm going to tell y'all, right? There's no perfect time to start, just get started. And then the biggest thing is it's the momentum, right? I think a lot of times get into whatever we get into, even if you listen, if you building, you just continue building, because you never know when it's going to pop, right? And catch that wave, you got to ride that wave. And the last thing I'm telling you is, you can make a lot of money, but it's about what you keep. Right? Yes. That's major. That's major. Yes. So, again, that's why we talk about investing, because you got to make your money work for you. So you make a lot of money, but again, I get it. Like, especially when Black people, when we get some money, we some consumers. We spending, we splurging. We gotta have the latest and greatest, the biggest bag, the best car, and it's like, facts. We have a consumer mindset. We really have to change that. Facts. I learned from Jamal King, man. One of the key things he said was, man, he bought. I remember listening to the podcast. He said he said everything they wanted. They wanted a car. They wanted to buy a property that was going to pay for the car. Absolutely. And they wanted a nice house. They wanted to buy a property that was going to pay for it. So it's like, when you think about it, it's like, what can I purchase, or what can I invest in to get cash flow so I can get me the thing? So if you love gym shoes, and you every month and you want to get some new shoes, then cool, go get an asset that every month. Yes, to cover that liability. Come on now. Jamal said, I bought a property. I bought a building for every bill. I love that. Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay, Byron. So how can people stay in touch with you or find out more about your community and your education that you have going? Yeah, for sure. So, you can definitely follow our business page at Mobile Home Elite Investors on every platform: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all things mobile homes. And that way we have a lot of free training. We have a lot of videos. We have a lot of content that can just definitely help you out. Again, if you just want to follow my personal journey, follow me on this page at Byron S. Sellers. And I don't post as much, but I'll give y'all some more game pretty soon. Okay. Well, thank you again for joining us on this episode of Building and Bonding. I'm your girl, Cierra, and we are signing off. Bye, Byron. Yeah.